Oh, I hesitated because I never got back to it, is I want to find the Preservation Society that, if you go to the Preservation Conference you have access to, had a webinar on ADUs. I saw it, thought it was excellent, but I need to find it again so I can send the link.
I had an ADU study was done in the West, in really a historic, and it was fabulous what they were doing.
This compared like 4 cities.
Yeah.
That had historic districts and auxiliary dwelling units. And it kind of went through without stating your opinion, but you can see that some do better jobs than others.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting.
Well, and it also was interesting because they also, the ones that I was looking at, they were basically small cities. And they were in fact putting ADUs in places where it really didn't have additional square footage.
Mhm.
It was very interesting how they were doing it. I have to say that.
Yeah.
It's like now what people think all the time.
Yeah, so I'll send this out hopefully tomorrow. And we'll have to see that.
Yeah.
But we have a meeting coming up on that, don't we?
All right, I think we're ready to go.
Oh, we're ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
So between the 3 of you voting members through a form, as far as I know, Greg is coming. He hasn't told me he's held up or anything.
Okay.
So
But we're good to go. So, we'll gavel in, and this is the, November meeting of the Historic Preservation Commission for the Village of Fayetteville. And we do have a couple things we need to take care of today. First item, because it has to do with, the case we're gonna be looking at, is the minutes from our last meeting, which was October 8th. And everyone should have, received the copy via mail and hard copy. So, did anybody notice anything, any imperfections? Okay, so, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as printed.
make a motion to close the minutes.
Second, any further discussion or changes? If not, all in favor indicate aye.
Aye.
Against none, so another perfect set of minutes. Thank you, Karen. So that brings us to 105 Brooklear Drive, or 100 Limestone Plaza, the continuation of our discussion from last time. And
Representative Melissa, she's out of town.
Yep. and you are,
Rick Viral, and project manager, and we're doing work of the project.
okay. Feel free to come up.
Yeah, speak.
Promoted in.
Speak up.
Well, you know, got busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to hear.
So if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to come on up,
please.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't hear anything he said.
I'm sorry.
And also, I am here on the call. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah.
We can.
Okay.
And who is this that's speaking?
This is Alvaro Garza. I'm the architect for the
Oh,
project.
yes, you were here first time.
Yes, yes. Sorry, I was in a meeting in Boston, so I'm just calling you from Albany.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what I did is Karen was so kind as to bring out from the file the original drawings that were submitted. And we had some questions on that, but this I kind of understand. The discussion, well, it's in the minutes, but if I can summarize, we wanted to respect the adjacent building. And you provided another drawing, a 3.14 or pi. And that I've had a chance to look at. I think some other, this got circulated to the members. And I know I have some questions, but I don't want to be the one doing all the talking. So I'm going to ask if anybody else has issues that we need to discuss.
Last time we met, we were talking, one of our big concerns, I believe, was the facade. We made a request to have it taller than what was in the plans, to meet his, the features on the building, next door.
Mhm.
And I believe in this letter that we received, they said that that wasn't feasible, so do we want to talk about that?
I think that's where my questions.
If I may, I'd like to make the explanation, what is the situation with that? So I did some elevation, partial elevation, so you can see the relation between the building next door, the adjacent building, and the building that we're remodeling. Now, one of the things I like to comment is the looking in more detail, the architecture element that you have next to it, to us, it's not, I like just to clarify some architectural terms. It's not a awning, that's a cornice. That's a cornice that's on the right, and actually it's in a very bad shape. However, I draw it up the cornice, and when we put the awning, the problem is two elements there. A, it cannot be higher because if not, it's going to lose the intended use for people to cover for any weather, any rain, anything like that. If it's go too high, that's one thing. The second one is now we have to change the structural elements because now it needs to work like cantilever because now it's going to be very high, and that's a problem. And the third one is it won't work because what happened is by the time my original idea was to penetrate the existing parapet and maybe match the line of the roof. But when we went back and surveyed that, the roof is about 2 feet higher. So there's no way how I can meet that roof. So that's why it's the elements of I cannot connect to the existing roof. And the other one, we're trying to keep the human scale, and the human scale is a lower height, so it's more welcoming to people who's coming to the place. And I discussed that one also with the owners. They would like to keep that essence.
I don't think the concern was about the awning being tall, was it? It was the roof line of the building.
Yeah, well, the difference was about, I think, 1 foot that we're talking about. But more importantly, what I see on the new drawing that I didn't see on the original drawing is it looks as if we're extending the line of the existing roof out to meet the plane of the awning. Is that correct? That's
No, the parapet where it is stays where it is. We're not extending that line.
okay.
Yeah.
On the sections, you have roof slope indicated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's a roof slope that you have the ridge and it goes from side to side because I have to slope the roof that's going to be inside the awning. I have to be able to get rid of that rain.
So,
So what you see is that pitch of that roof, the ridge.
okay, so is the awning, the face of the awning have a thickness? It looks as if, and maybe it's just I cannot read the section to the elevation, but it looks like the either the front of the awning is sloped with the roof or that it has a very minimal thickness.
The awning is like a box. It has a parapet. That awning, it's gonna have, and some segments gonna have the letters. That one is just I believe 2x4, 2x6. That's it, all the way around. Then if you imagine right in the middle, there is a roof. There's a roof that's gonna slope from side to side. There's no any other element protruding on the outside.
Okay, so let me answer me this then. How does that awning, which I believe is open at the top, how is
It's
that?
open at the top.
It's what?
Say that again? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, how is that drain if it's open on the top and the roof is sloped to either side? Unless the ends are open.
So on top of the awning, there's gonna be like it'll be like a roof on top of the awning, so we'll slope the top to, we're gonna.
Well, here.
Yeah,
If we
we're gonna
could tell
slope
me,
it.
It looks like this slopes either side, and so on each end, I would be looking at the end of the roof.
Right, but this right here is just up on top here. It's not actually, like, it doesn't slope down in there. This is solid across the top here. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna slope it so the rain can go off either side. So there'll be like
So
a,
the
there'll be like a
awning is-
cricket on, in the awning, you know what I mean? So the awning is this whole thing up here,
Cricket in the awning.
at the top of
Yes.
the awning, the roof of the awning. You know, so this is showing, is nothing goes inside the awning, like no weather will go inside the awning. This is solid.
So this roof slope,
That's the
that's
part
where I'm
that's got me.
confused.
The roof slope is for the top, so the roof of the awning.
So the roof,
Yes.
top of the awning is open to that roof line.
No, the roof line for the building's up here. Okay, this is being attached to the front of the building. So we're not touching it, all we're doing is taking off the existing, this right here, this facade right here, we're taking this off. And we're gonna maintain the roof line here, this is dropping below the roof line.
Maintain the roof line.
Up here, okay, this is your roof here, this is the awning.
This is,
I understand what Craig is saying. This here looks like the slope is, this dotted line means it's concealed behind this fascia. But over here, it looks as though the roof is showing. Am I making
So this
sense
is,
there?
this-
Yes.
here's your roof here, right? This is the.
Yeah, the roof of the building.
Right. This is the canopy, which will have a roof on top of the canopy. It's gonna be like a
oh yeah, this is the
Like a
roof.
gable? I
So,
don't see a
on the
gable,
end-
though.
It's gonna be this, like 6 inches.
Correct.
And then this comes across
I
like
see.
that.
That's what I'm
Is
saying.
that what we're looking at?
That's what I think.
That's
this
what
looks
I,
like.
I see when I look at the
But
plan.
this does not look like that to me. The cut.
So my question was, what is this thickness? Because it looks like it's like a width of a board.
So that is, let's see, the awning is, looks like 3 foot 6.
No, this way. What is
You're talking about this.
what is that dimension? Because obviously this comes down and there's a roof behind it. And here it is, and then there's the signage.
Yeah.
Kind of understand what,
So you wanna know how thick this area is right here?
yeah,
Doesn't.
does it have a
Let's see,
thick?
let's see. I'm under the impression that this was gonna be all solid here, okay, and the roof would be sloped on the top here, and it wouldn't affect it, so your awning is gonna be 3 foot 6 here, okay,
Right,
and then. If we're putting a roof like this inside, like behind it on, I was thinking the awning was gonna be solid on top here.
that's what I thought from this.
Right.
The awning cannot be solid on top because you're gonna have a lot of accumulation. It has to have some slope on either side. Otherwise, you're gonna be carrying a lot of load during the winter times. It has to be able to exhaust on the sides. It's not flat, it's not flat.
Okay, so we're trying to visualize what this will look like as you're
You-
approaching.
you
the
want-
building.
You won't see it because it's concealed on the inside.
So this is gonna be solid here, it's okay. I
So,
understand.
so
Now,
this is gonna end cap and then like a scupper?
We could either do a scupper, we could do a,
Yeah,
drain.
yeah.
You know,
So that's why, yeah, go ahead.
well, it would go to the building and come down. I mean, that's something we'd have to look at and see what would work best. A scupper could work there, but we don't really want water. If
Well,
nobody can walk around. it.
You're basically dumping water on the adjacent
Which we
building.
don't, which we wouldn't want to be doing, so we could do a drainage that could come down and we could drain it back. On either side, you know, that's something that.
But you understand my concern? Like all this water is coming down in front of the neighbor's entrance.
Well, we wouldn't, I mean, we would make it so it wouldn't do that, or we'd have to put some type of drain here so we can put the water back. You know, you don't
Back where? Because you're saying the roof is above this.
Can't.
Well, right now, I believe there's existing drains coming down here now on the old building.
So let me just explain what it is my idea was, this is conceptual. This is conceptual. We still need to work how's that gonna slope that roof. The only thing I can tell you is gonna be all rectangle And then the whole idea for me is I didn't overhand the roof because I don't want the water to come on top of people. The whole idea was to put some type of gutters and downspout and tie it back into the wall so you can get all that water, get rid of, you could get all that water out.
Oh, agreed, yeah, agreed, and we would review gutters and downspouts as part of our process. Oh. Yeah, that's a electrical.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
electric
that's-
service.
It was on, I think,
On
they
the other
have one
side.
on the other side. of the
Other side?
building, coming down. On
And-
that.
And now,
Yeah.
if I may say also, let me ask you one question, is the existing roof is gable to the front, so it's just, it's right now it's pouring the water into the sidewalk.
Okay, yeah, let's keep one conversation, so, I'm sorry, Abaldo,
No,
Well-
no, what I was saying, the existing awning right now is pouring the water to the front because you have a pitch, you have like a ridge and a pitch, and then it goes to the sidewalk right now.
right. Right, we understand that, but it's evenly distributed across the length, and it only comes out whatever that dimension is.
See if I can picture, hopefully find that.
Well, wouldn't it be on the Stratford picture? This is supposed to be, if you're gonna utilize something that's,
That, on the
Yeah.
end of this building, I believe they have a downspout going on the other end of the building, but I don't wanna say that for sure.
Here's the photo
I'm talking about on the building.
on the next door, you can see,
I'd have to, no, but I'm talking on this end of the.
no, wait.
building.
Oh, on the other
that's where that,
well,
did you? Oh, we don't see it anyways.
so you understand my confusion?
I do, I mean, really so when you look at it though, you are gonna see, this is gonna be a complete, that's gonna be.
It's gonna be boxed in
Right.
and there'll be a
Right.
downspout.
Right.
Or a
Or
scupper
a scupper, yeah,
somehow through whatever that thickness is,
right,
which obviously will have to, meet code and
yeah, that's,
stand. And there'll be a scupper on the other end, but again, you're right against your neighbor.
but we don't actually, if we, we could always make the roof line so it drains to one side too. So we're not, you know what I mean, so it's going to one side, which would be coming down this side and here.
Actually, that might be preferred because then you're keeping it on your own property.
Which we could do, which isn't a problem at all, it's not. We don't have to have a cricket going both ways, we just slope it to one side.
Um.
Right.
And obviously there's the maintenance issue of cleaning that out. 'Cause it's basically like a big trough.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that would be, if it gets, if there's debris going in there, there's really no trees around it, like stuff would get in there, not a whole lot, so I don't think we'd have a huge issue with that.
Be surprised. I don't have a whole lot of trees, but it always seems to clog up my gutters. Just a concern. I really would like to know how that would be treated. Where would the water go that it wouldn't create a hazard?
Um, Which we kind of, I mean, we can design either a downspout, so it goes back in between, like if we get it to go.
In the courtyard, I don't know how the courtyard is drained,
Yeah, actually,
or maybe it's along, you don't wanna go along the wall, because that's your mural.
I mean, we're gonna have some columns also that they're gonna pick that out, those culverts. I mean, we can always go next to it and just when we put the EFAs, we can conceal that inside the wall. So you won't see it.
Could bring it into the building, that creates other problems, but. Yeah,
Exterior wall, no
Yeah.
building,
you
exterior
could
wall.
bring it into the exterior, into the basement and down out the back. That's a potential, but that's gonna cost some money.
Yeah, no.
I'm just looking at this and seeing if we extended this over a little bit. Then I could do do a downspout on this, down the side of the building here. You see it right here,
Mhm.
come back with it, and then just go down the side of the building.
Thinking out loud, I would not, personally, I would not be opposed to that because right now it's not
Centered. right?
centered.
I'd like to comment that I didn't put the downspout because right now, that's some solution. How we gonna get rid of that water? That's something that's part of the construction documents. That's not part of the, it's not gonna change the facade. The facade's gonna be the same. But I knew that we have to put some gutters and downspouts. Rick and I, we spoke about this.
Okay,
I mean, we'll make sure that it drains properly, I mean, we'll have to, I mean,
Yeah.
Coles will come in. And
You
say-
cannot
say-
dump it on
I
the
think
sidewalk.
our biggest concern is, are you okay with this design? That's really, and how everything's going to look when we're finished.
And that if we can get past how that soffit will drain, yes, we can talk about that. I noticed, changes have been made, the garage door window or the term of it. Folding window is now to the inside instead of the outside, so it doesn't hit the lights. The lights hanging down.
Right.
There's.
Yeah, those were the changes recommended by this board.
Mhm.
That larger scale drawing is the very first step, so
Yeah.
that reflects what was brought to you and to the board
And then,
thereafter.
yeah, and that's this one. And again, it would be helpful to have full size, because then we could actually scale it. But it's really the difference between 10'1" to the underside and the 11'6". Can't quite read that. Hard to read it.
Yeah, that is 11.6, so.
Yeah.
The 10-foot one.
So that was the thought, and it's really because you want that 3 foot. 3'6" awning, and it to be above this, which is fixed. Or you're saying cannot be raised. Even though it's being cut down from above.
But this is being cut down here, well, that's all being removed, the whole side is being removed.
And do we?
Oh,
What our hope was to use some existing supports,
Mhm.
because it just saves money to do that. If we bring it up and have to tie it back into the building up top and go into the building, it's a pretty big expense to do that.
Right, but I believe there's gonna be more weight on those supports. So again, that's for the architect to sign off on.
Right.
Um,
Because there is the existing on there now.
Yeah, they look like 4x4s. But they're noted as 6x6s on the or 6x8. Yeah, 6x8.
We're still doing calculations on that one. This was just a preliminary size. I mean, we're still in the process of the design of the calculations on that. But it's gonna be around that size.
Again, I'm talking way too much. Any
Well,
other thoughts or
there.
opinions?
So.
Well, again, I really want this to be a shared experience.
Well, no, I'm a little confused, to say the least, about the drawings and. Now you're saying that instead of the awning going up at this angle, like this,
Mhm.
well, which,
So we
Which-
can fix the roof in there just to go to one side, so all the water goes to one side.
so what would that look like? Then? The awning itself,
The awning would look exactly the same.
oh,
So
What they would
any of
do.
the stuff, you're not gonna see that in there. You're not
okay,
gonna see it all, because the sun's gonna be, it's enclosed, the whole thing. It's just, we have to have, that water goes in, and you're gonna have it.
Well, closed on 3 sides.
Right.
It's open on the top, and there has gotta be some thickness. So what I do here dashed would be the extension of that plane.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it wouldn't be quite that one, but yeah, I mean, that's how it would look. So this would be, instead of this being like a cricket there going each way, it would just start to slope here and just go to one side.
Okay, well, that's what I kind of figured, but I didn't realize this was all hidden. That's what I,
Yeah, no, that is all maybe. You won't see
okay,
that.
so all you're gonna see is this.
Correct.
Probably a downspout, which could in fact be put into the exterior wall
Downspout.
from the low
Which-
side.
This side?
Yeah. From, well, wherever that is. So I don't see a problem with this extended out a little bit.
Mhm.
Because in fact, it would match what's on this side actually
Right.
better.
Mhm.
I have
I
no,
think it looks like we
issue
sat
with
with
that.
the windows, but we can.
Yeah.
We can adjust, that's not a thing.
but the windows aren't identical.
Very good.
No, that's.
Right, those were gonna be changed.
Actually, in this picture here, it's hard to picture if this design, this diagram is not correct with the window sizes and stuff. This window is not gonna look like this one. Well, I know this one's longer,
It's
but-
soft. This window is a little bit bigger, I believe, than this one, but this is gonna be a window that opens. So
right, I knew that, but there again, it's not particularly clear with, So-
The sizes on the windows are very clear. They're on the floor plan. Please check the floor plan. They're the sizes there.
You have the other drawings from the meeting.
Yeah, well, we have to go back to the original because there was no plan view.
Not in this one, but the one before that in the middle, there was a second, you're getting in the middle of it.
Oh,
Remember?
Yeah.
no, they've come here three
Okay.
times.
unless it's here,
No.
I
no,
wasn't
it's
here
all
for-
819.
Yeah,
Um,
the window sizes hasn't changed since day one. The only thing that the functionality changed is we removed that mullion on the one adjacent just to make it more symmetrical, but the size didn't change. And also the other change was the window and the counter. We did it to roll inside, so we didn't have any conflicts with the pendant lights. But the sizes and the floor plans since the day one are the same. It hasn't changed.
In the meeting minutes, we talked about the bifold windows to be shown in the detail 3 of A 3.1. And the chairman had said that they don't show equal in this cut and they haven't been changed. That it's, but meaning this right here, Craig.
Yes, you're right.
That was addressed and it's in the minutes
Good catch.
because on the elevation, they're exactly equal.
You follow? That
Yeah,
Yeah,
letter is,
But that's the least of my
Our
concerns.
reservation knows how to-
That, that's a graphic representation. And where you're gonna be looking as in the shop's middle, which is gonna be for the window itself.
so if you go up like this is equal. So therefore, this would be equal.
Correct.
Equal.
I have a voice on the awning or just the ambiguity of the awning, facade, pitch, cut, the thickness, all of it makes no sense to me. I'm just saying that we're making design build as we stand here, pitching to one side, but the drawings show that they're going different sides. And we've had 3 meetings. I'm just saying that what's illustrated is difficult to comprehend, meaning the architect's drawings. I just wanted to say that. I can't understand.
And I like to make this statement. The first one, the last design was changed based on the question that you guys asked. And we went back and we checked the field and we decided that height cannot be met between the 2 roofs. That's why it was changed. The design of that one is the last design that we have. The other one that you're referring is the old drawing that we have originally that we were trying to pitch in and just kind of exhaust that water into the existing roofing, which is the old design. What's happening here is that we have different segments or different drawings at different stages.
Right. Could we ask to have a final set that would include the plans, elevations, and sections all together? Because it would simplify it for the code officer to verify compliance down the road. And it would certainly help us to,
Yes.
it's because it would be a very complicated approval to say that, you know, look at the plan from the second submission, but the elevation from the third submission and the section as modified per discussion. What I'd like to do is just have copies of this little markup in my little
That's
peaceful section.
three-dimensional.
Yeah, just so we're all on the same page as far as how this is gonna be put together. And then a set of drawings could be created that we could sign off on.
So is this, I mean, I guess I'm a little confused. So the historical, are you also looking at structural and all that, or is that the
No,
building?
because somebody else is signing off on saying
Right.
that that will not fall down. What we're looking at is the aesthetics, that, you know, this is solid, same as the front. And it's open on the top, and it will drain, and how the drain is gonna be concealed. We should put that in,
It's just ambiguous is all. I can't figure it out, as I already said. I can't see it. I can't see it at all. And Craig was illustrating it when he made that rendering there. Exactly what I was saying.
and you're in the business of putting together
Well,
stuff. that you draw up.
they're contrasting each other. I don't
Yeah.
see this goes to that.
Yeah. So I guess why don't we separate this out? I think we're all holding hands on the idea of bringing the water inside the awning away from our neighbor and making sure whatever drainage is designed, that it will not be visible. It will be somehow concealed and it will not flood the sidewalk. To correct the folding window to be equal, which would match the elevation. And if necessary, to extend the width of the awning out so that it would be an equal projection from the support on either side, knowing that it will not be symmetrical to the windows, but it will be symmetrical to the structure.
Yes.
And with that, I think we could probably generate a final drawing that would incorporate all of this. So really, this section would be more like this, correct? That would have a wall, and then there's a roof beyond that will follow whatever slope there is.
Right.
Okay, the same thing here. That's what I think was confusing all of us. And I apologize for doing it in black instead of red, but I can give this to Karen to give a copy.
That would be great.
And just to clarify, because that was the one point of contention that was said in the letter that we cannot comply, is the idea of lining things up because of where the existing roof is, which has changed from 14'6" to, I believe it's 15 feet.
Yeah, and also the human scale, please just remember that part, the human scale. It's gonna go way too high and it's gonna lose the purpose of what that awning is designed for. That's important. So I just wanna go back to the original question about meeting that height, and I just wanna work away with the sense that that height, it cannot be met, and then we can come to that understanding that the height is what is showing right now in the cut section for that awning.
Understand what you're asking, and here it is. So, and again, it's hard to read these dimensions on the 11 by 17. The top of the parapet's gonna be 15 foot. And then the awning is gonna be 10'4". Well, it's not lined up with this, so it's 10'1" in the underside of the awning. The awning is 3'6", And the datum that we were looking at was 11'6" from a field measurement.
Right.
What we could probably work with is picking up this datum with the signage. So at least there's some sort of correspondence. Just basically saying if the signage is based on lining up with this, at least there'd be a
Continuity thing.
something.
Yeah.
And that way we can walk away without the additional expense. As stated in the letter of
This,
raising it.
so here we're 8%, what's that dimension of that?
Looks like 1'6".
And that's 11.6, so that's 18, that's 13 feet to the top of their sign, right?
Yep,
And what are we here?
so this is 10'1", and that's 11'6". So it's 1'5". So like their sign is 1'6". Your signage would start from the bottom 1'5" up, which would give you a little bit of space for the lighting.
Mhm.
And the frame underneath. It would be helpful as you get closer to doing, well, you do have this, you have, and I can't read that dimension. Looks like 2 inches.
Hmm.
The frame around top and bottom. So I guess what I'm saying is if this is 2 inches and this to the, where we're saying the datum that we're trying to match is 1'5", then the signage component would be 2 inches less than that, or 1'3" in height. That, and then of course, the entire awning is the 3'6". So that would be,
It's gonna be too high though. That's what we talk about this. It cannot be that high.
no, we're not
No.
changing
We're
the
not
height
changing
of
the
the
height.
soffit.
It's the
We're
sign.
just we're looking
the-
at the signage in relation to the neighboring cornice.
Okay.
And I think that would be a reasonable,
Okay, so it looks like this here in total, it seems as though with our dimension of this, the 3'6" on this here, on the awning, and the 10'1", so that's 13.7. And here we're, this is just going to the bottom of the clincher, and their sign is above that, I believe.
right,
It might be all coming together here. I think that might have been how you planned that, so it's the same height, the sign and the awning, the top of sign and our top awning. This, I think within an inch, I believe.
yeah, I think if this was at a bigger scale, we would be able to see that relationship. And at least that would give everybody something to
To make a decision on.
decide on. Yes, agreed. So I think we're very close.
Okay.
I don't see anything that's a major disagreement at this point, based on our conversation. So if we could, Karen, if we could scan these and send those around, I think we'll have a final version that we can approve at the next meeting. And
Here, let me make a copy for you right
Yeah.
now.
Thank you.
and I don't see, unless there's any other issues that we need to talk about, what I would, yeah,
Are we gonna get some, I'm sorry, are we gonna get some type of minutes or something that we can go back and make sure that there's nothing to be missed? Okay,
absolutely. We have the draft minutes from the last meeting. Karen does an excellent job of documenting our conversations, as chaotic and bouncing around as it is. So that will, I think it will be very clear what we're looking at. And she's actually making copies now of my little hand sketch. Hopefully that should clarify for everyone the agreement. Yeah,
Did you have something you wanted to say
Oh, no,
before Alvaro was?
No, I just, if there's other items,
the only other item I can think of that would really help clarify this for code enforcement is getting a cut sheet for the lighting fixtures, if we're to that point. Did we get those?
I think we got them initially.
Okay.
We got them with all
Well,
the
original pack.
Attach those to the final submission.
Okay.
So then the final package it's not confused.
Okay.
We don't have to go back and forth to different submissions, have one complete submission that we can stamp and move on. I think then we'll be in a good spot. Anything else? 'Cause this is always difficult when we get to the detail level. And is there any other questions in terms of the detailing?
I don't think I have any.
Yeah, I know we talked about the materials. The materials were submitted separately. If those can be noted on the drawing, that will make it much easier for our code enforcement to just verify things.
Okay.
It's kind of like you want everything in one place, because
No, I understand.
otherwise it gets confusing.
I deal with drawings every day, I know.
Okay.
I got it. I mean, you should have.
I don't have to
Usually
convince you.
have schedules of the materials you're supposed to be using. and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we can address that, so,
Okay, and I think that will help you because then you'll be able to, nail down your,
it's just, we're not there ready for construction drawings yet, to issue any construction drawings yet. So. If that's what you're looking for, then I need to know.
we needed enough detail that we can sign off on the aesthetics. And what was submitted. And that, as we discussed, it wasn't gonna pass muster, at least with me, because I didn't want to see that open roof line and a very thin, like a board. I think that would have been, everybody would look at it and go, what were you thinking?
Yeah, no, that's all gonna be a salt box there.
So
The issue that I see is just figuring out a way to drain that properly, so we'll address that also.
I think by giving you a little extra space there, you'll be able to drain it better into the building and make it go away.
Just make sure if you could, that that's all on the drawing, the final drawing too, so that we can visualize that and see it in
Sure.
dimensions.
Okay.
So,
I wanna say, I apologize for that. I understand what you guys are saying on the bifold door. Typically, we have a graphic representation because I don't have the submittal yet. We're working out with people from the window to get that submittal. So I understand from the inside, there's a graphic representation, that one. My misunderstanding was that Historical Society was just looking at the facade, the exterior facade, which is the front facade, which has the correct volumes. But
Mhm.
I need to have the submittal, and those guys who they are doing the manufacture, so we fully understand what as the intended use of that one is just for graphic representation. I just want to clarify that one, but I know exactly what you guys want.
okay, yep, and I think it will be relatively easy to comply because we have all the information. It's just getting it all on one sheet.
Yep.
Or
Okay.
two sheets or whatever it takes to bring it all together. And we'll be able to approve that next time. So we'll hold on the submission until the next meeting. I don't think it's gonna mess up any schedules because the snow's starting to fly already.
No, the only thing we're gonna, eventually we'll just start on the inside, but that needs some draws.
Yeah.
Easy if contracting or stuff like that, so. Sorry if I'm talking well, I can't hear well for whatever reason,
This room is
I've been
not.
outside all day in Buffalo, that's probably why. So that's probably the reason why, but, I mean, I have an understanding what you're looking, Alvaro, do you have any questions?
No, I don't. If I can get something in writing, that will be good, so I can go back and check. But what I like to see is if somehow we can submit this for just you guys, just for sanity check before we go into this meeting. What I'm concerned is the timeline. The timing that's gonna take just to wait 1 month. I don't know if that's possible.
Well. When's our next meeting? December. 7th?
Second Wednesday.
Second Wednesday, and I think it's coming up quick.
December 10th.
Yeah, it's just December 10th is set up, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so. Again, we're getting into the holiday season. Nothing's gonna happen around Thanksgiving. At this point, that's the best we can do.
I
Okay,
think maybe-
understood.
Is it possible, if we get something done up, is it possible just to send it in for like a review on a computer, just say, yeah,
Well, I think what we
this
can,
is just about everything we need, or did you add this? So then when we come in, we're ready.
it was helpful to send this around.
Right.
Because then we were all able to look at it. So if we can make the changes and get it to us, we will circulate it by email. And if there are any further question, we can get that to you so that when the meeting comes, it will be a rubber stamp, so to speak,
Yeah,
so
that would be
that
great.
we're all in agreement. Sure. You know, because I really don't see any further discussion points. I think it's a terrific use for the space.
Oh, I
I'm
do.
really
That would
looking
be great.
forward to,
Yeah.
lining up for getting some bagels.
I agree.
Yeah, so, I think, everyone here has been supportive.
Well, and I made some notes on it also, so, I'll get with Aldo and listen and.
Appreciate you coming in and appreciate you being online to help us.
Thank you.
get through the Process.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Sorry I couldn't be there. Thank you.
I understand.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice.
Moving on, next item we're gonna talk about is historic district plaques or historic markers. I had an opportunity today to get a preview of the future signage ordinance. And I realized our signage ordinance never mentioned historic markers. So this is an opportunity to get the record straight and have that as part of the signage ordinance. So, Mark, you saw that, and feel free to,
Well, there were a few things that were missing, if you've noticed that I had put in there as well. But it is one of those things to make sure that we address so that it is in place for when we're working down the road there. I really do think it's important.
and it will make it a lot easier. One of the recommendations I had was that any historic signage markers or signage plaques would come to this commission for review, which I think only makes sense.
What type of sign are you talking about? Something attached to the house or building or something out?
Any historic, but that would also include, like the lime kiln
Oh,
informational signage,
okay,
things of that nature. I have no problem with, looking at that, discerning,
no,
does it make sense? We don't want to have any misinformation out there.
no.
So this would be an opportunity to make sure that there's no missteps.
No, I completely agree.
Can you clarify what we're doing? I know you delivered these with glee to me.
Because I thought I was passing it off.
Well, you are, and I wanted you to. I just, clarity, I don't know if this is official on minutes, but which one were we gonna make the mock-up with?
It's like
A,
Goldilocks.
B, or C?
I
Did
thought
we,
B.
because I am unclear,
B,
the middle one. All right, I'll put
Yes.
that one up front.
Yeah.
I better put a sticky note or something
Well,
on this thing.
Think of Goldilocks. You want to take the middle one, right?
yeah.
The parent's gonna go get a sticky note. See that? Because I'll flip it over and I'll think it's this one, see?
No, yeah.
You haven't marked it B yet, so.
And somebody's gotta come up with the colors. Because that's above my pay grade.
Colors for the wood,
Well, like what the siding would be, just like this is like plum,
right?
this would be the siding, and then this would be the frame. That's all right, Karen, I'll figure out a way. I'll just write on it, no. That's weird.
Yes,
Well, I'd like to think that we could just at least start ordering
Just
plaques
so that-
and then.
Something like that.
Sure, sure. And as I said,
Here, so
Thank
I'm
you,
up for
Karen.
one, you're up.
Do it.
Yes. that's those around, just so people have it. And then these are the prices. And it's the we, if you have an extra one, you want to hand one to Nick? Or don't you have?
Oh, yeah.
Do we have an extra one?
Like a bunch.
No, maybe
They're
not.
just thick sheets.
No, they're just thick sheets.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway,
So $250 later, plus,
no,
Shipping.
actually, it was a 10x7 was one option. And it was $246 when we,
Oh.
2 years ago or three,
Before tariffs?
whatever. Probably, yeah, before tariffs and just in time and just inflation. But the 10x7 is now $285. I know, see?
Wow,
How
I think we
done
should've-
this.
And each one is unique because it's gonna be,
Yeah, yeah, we can't like mass order
You
them
know.
because it's gonna have the name
Mhm.
of the, that's right.
almost
well,
under,
Dates, the
case of mine,
dates.
it's circa,
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, I
and
mean,
that kind of thing happens.
so it's $285 plus the shipping is $35, but they told me today that, if we wanted to order or ship them out, a bunch of them at once, it, it wouldn't
We
be
share that cost.
$35. Yeah, we share the cost. He also told me, I asked him how heavy these things were, and they said if it's mounted to the face, it's 5 to 6 pounds. And mounted from the back, it's 7 pounds. I'm not quite sure why that is, because what's on the back that's causing it to, not that that probably matters. Not that that really matters, but, and it's also, once they have, if the layout approval of each and every one of them, or whoever is interested, it's a 5 to 7 week, delivery.
it comes with the anchors, the wood screws.
Yes,
They should.
Probably grass. Yeah,
yeah, brass. So,
well, that's extra.
They should come with screws. They should, and it's, yeah, so they're called.
Yes, I would think,
what else?
I can make. That getting.
Soft, very soft
Yeah.
brasses. Wrong guy will strip them all out. Sorry,
Nope, you're right.
so I know what my job is.
Perfect.
So they're gonna be screwed right into the house?
Right. Yes,
And, the question is like, are we mounting on wood, or are we mounting on brick? Makes a big difference.
Right.
she also told me that they generally build a discount in for historic programs as long as it's ordered through an organization. So here you go. So
Yeah,
it will be cheaper, but how much? I'd have to get on the phone and ask.
why don't could we advertise this in the next newsletter? If anybody is interested in getting historic marker
What's your timeliness on it?
spring.
Hmm?
The newsletter would be out in February there.
The next one,
Yeah, well, that's all right.
yeah, I think that would work. And then just give everybody a short time frame and we place the order.
Give some copy to Karen. Okay. I hope to be able to change that in a while. You can say thank you, Mike. Karen. I hope to change it. We have to send it to you down the road here if we can.
For the newsletter. Let's see.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so then by spring will be see some signs sprouting up.
There's a variety of-
Cost will be hopefully a percentage below what
Yeah.
Ann just mentioned.
We
285 minus.
$35 plus $35 shipping,
Who's paying for it?
the homeowner.
Yeah,
But the homeowner's paying for all of it.
Well, because we
We
weren't
weren't
able
able
to
to
get
get any-
anything through the village, so.
And this is just gonna say circa, like your houses
circa 1840,
and all National Register of Historic Places, they'll all read.
in the
Now,
district.
this L. Bertrand Smith, that's just,
That would be in my house. I just gave a sample of what mine would look like
I could
for
have,
an idea.
what's the
Gilmore
origin of
Cross.
that name?
First owner of the house.
Okay, first
Yeah.
owner of the house.
in my case, it would be Gilmore and then Kraus.
So it's the homeowner's personal choice, what they.
Yeah. And actually, we should create a little form so we get
All the
wording
information.
exact,
Oh, yeah, oh,
so that,
definitely,
you
yeah.
know, you don't end up with a sad face at the end.
I would imagine they have forms that they utilize.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, well, yes, because.
I actually have something online for it.
Yeah, they have a good online presence, but they also have people that are very informative.
Can Pam say that she spoke to the deputy mayor in a thinking meeting?
Don't need me to twist arms,
On the
please.
on the minutes even.
In a minute. So that way it's official, yes, it's a
He was at the
public
meeting.
entity asking for
Yeah.
the discount.
Another thing I want to throw out there, I've been approached by someone that lives on Elm Street and she's not in the historic district. She is dying to get a plaque.
I don't see a problem with that, it just will,
It won't
Not
say the
say.
National Register. Okay, that's what I wanted to know to tell her.
Yeah, you
Okay.
just have to clean that
well,
up.
maybe it will just say historic Fayetteville.
Oh, I
Why don't we
like
do
that.
that?
I like that.
That's actually very nice. Because that's a street that really does fit extremely well. It's not a part of the district. Probably the best street for that, actually.
Yeah, I like that. So
Every
is there
once in
gonna
a
be
while.
more than?
Every once in a while.
Is there gonna be one look for everything?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
all
that's
say
the idea.
historic Fayetteville? Okay,
We'll keep it
Or
simple.
if they're not in the historic district, it'll say historic. Fayetteville.
that's what I mean, so you're gonna have a separate one for the district.
Yes, and that'll be the National Register of Historic Places.
And you guys are both in the district though, so yours will stay.
Yeah, plus I'm in, so we can say we're starting out with at least two
Two of
orders.
them.
Yep. There you go.
You have to have a minimum?
Christmas gifts of the wife.
You don't have to have a minimum, no, you don't have to have, the price of $285 was for one,
How much was your shipping again? Pam?
$35. But if, like Craig and I, if they mailed it out at the same time, it would probably
Put it
be.
together, it might help
They
you.
put a, yeah, and it'd be the weight, but it would be less than, because it's going to one place.
Problem that I'm seeing is there's a lot of pressure on shipping costs coming down. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Everything's.
Where's it
going up
coming
in
in?
Materials.
It's Pennsylvania, it's south of Erie, Pennsylvania.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, north of Pittsburgh and south of Erie.
So would they be ordering it directly, especially?
No, they make them.
The
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
homeowner
Oh.
would have to contact the company to order it directly and pay the cost at
Probably,
the time of order.
right?
I'm just trying to figure out.
You could coordinate that.
That's what you guys need
Yeah.
to figure out if it has to go through you in some fashion and how you would do the payments.
That depends all on your copy that you're working with Ms. Karen, what she's gonna put up there, you know.
So
because
these
that
are all
really-
things you're gonna have to
Yeah.
flush out.
Well,
Because we really don't wanna be handling it. I have to say that.
And who would be the contact if there's questions about it?
Pam would be good at it.
no, I'd be fine with it, but
So just, we have in the next meeting
Okay.
to, you know,
My hope,
finalize some kind of draft.
we'll have a nice round number to offer, like 275. Factoring in discount and shipping. Keep it simple. The size is 10x7. The signage, the lettering will be consistent. And
we're gonna make it simple. Yeah, and we want it to all look like it's part of the community,
Yeah.
not
and
different.
I don't mind Pam collecting that money and then sending a single check if that's,
I don't-
maybe a
I don't know if
prohibition.
that's-
I don't think I can.
I'm
okay.
not sure about that,
Is it possible that,
and I'm not sure what the benefit would be.
okay. Well, I don't know how complicated it is for everybody individually sending checks down. And then compiling the order that way either.
If, maybe you could ask the company, because I imagine they've dealt with other neighborhoods that
right.
have done something on a collective.
Right, I'm sure they have.
Yeah,
They've
they
been
can give you
busy.
some guidance.
They're pretty used to working with communities on this as far as working with all of the homeowners in that community. And so it might be the kind of thing that they have something in place already that they can talk to you about, you know, put it right to bed for you. So,
Because they don't think the money can go through the village.
It's 8 o'clock. Does that turn off?
Is that
No,
turned
it shouldn't
off?
be.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Just. I may have one other minor item we can talk about after this.
Well, I also want
And
to
did you
introduce.
have something you wanted to talk to them about? You just.
Oh,
kinda
yeah.
asked to say-
Hey, come on up.
No,
No,
I
I
wanna-
I wasn't know, I didn't know.
yeah, well, I wasn't sure if he was coming today or not. This is Nick Myers and he lives in the historic district. And he is possibly interested in knowing what we're all about and maybe becoming a member. So
Wow.
Have we scared you
Oh,
off
lucky.
already or?
Yeah.
I sat there for like 2.5 hours. It was a very busy night when Pam invited me to sit. I sat here, and you must have had 3 applications the night I came here.
Eh.
And then
Didn't scare
COVID
you.
hit. And I was wondering if that's what you were doing. Good, welcome.
yeah, so you want to say something about who you are and, you know,
Yeah,
how long you've lived here and what house? Cause I know, but.
yeah, sure. I live at 115 East Genesee Street, so the Big Greek Revival down the road. Moved in just over a year ago. Prior to that, I lived in Florida for 13 years, but grew up over in Chittenango originally. And then had the opportunity with a few career changes to choose where I wanted to live and decided to come back to Central New York. Knew I wanted an older house, did not want to live in some cookie cutter house in a subdivision. I wanted something with character and found this house here, fell in love, and without even seeing it in person, ended up putting an offer in and bought it and moved up here.
Congratulations.
I did that. When I moved back here from California, I put an offer in without seeing it in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those, I mean, like, especially, I mean, the village definitely had everything on my list. I was used to living in a city where, you know, I could walk to restaurants and bars and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I wanted that same level of lifestyle, but also there was a part of me that grew up in a rural area, so wanted to be able to have a yard and potentially chickens. And Fayetteville is one of the few places in central New York where you sort of get all of that in one area.
Actually, it's part of that article I mentioned.
Yeah. It's actually part of our community, and, you know, it's just like a lot of things, you know. We actually have a lot of development going on here, but it has taken a little while over the last couple of years because we actually have. Restaurants coming in and the one down that we talked about tonight, bakery is really sort of important. We've got one very close, Casa de Gallo
Mhm.
and Papagallos, excuse me, whatever way you want to talk about it. And that one's gonna be changing and coming forward. We're seeing things moving here across the street here, and we have a restaurant that's in trying to do, they're finalized. That whole project over there has been doing piece by piece by piece with what's going on. So it's very sort of interesting.
No, definitely. I mean, I remember there was stuff here obviously when I was growing up, but just the change, you know, 13 years later coming back and there's a lot more.
Well,
here going
Chittenango's
on.
changed a lot in 13 years.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I'm aware of that too.
Actually, they got a good Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, very much so.
that's a good place.
I frequent that myself.
Well, and I can attest to the fact that Nick has already been making nice improvements, very nice historic.
This
improvements
house is
inside his
beautiful
house, so-
inside.
Yeah.
From the pictures I'm.
I've redone one room so far. The dining
Yes.
room needed some work, so, you know, I learned how to rehang windows and get those working, learned how to reglaze, have found a few antique glass dealers to make sure I have the wavy glass in the windows, so,
So you really are a lover of
oh, absolutely.
historic houses.
That's refreshing to hear. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so that's really,
It's a big house.
yeah,
Yeah.
part of,
Look at it from the back.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like looking at your.
It's,
Have you gone inside already?
the other part of it was I wanted a place, you know, my parents live over in Chittenango, but I have, you know, family in other places, so I wanted it to be the house for the holidays where everybody could come and
Yeah.
not feel on top of each other and,
Oh, and you
Yeah.
have the one.
oh, it works, it works.
So do you
Yeah.
have
I-
chickens?
Not yet.
Okay.
I
Do you
just
have
got a
do you have
puppy
a-
5 weeks ago, so that's about enough animals for me
There's a
right now.
chicken coop or
Oh,
something.
that's right.
Yeah, there's the chicken coop back.
Sounds nice.
Very nice.
I think that is physically the largest house in the historic district.
Is it really?
I thought it was-
The
Big?
Gainer House, really, is it?
Think of
Bigger
it.
than the
It's,
Gainer?
yeah, it's.
4,446.
It's bigger than the one in the corner of Edwards.
It's,
Is it?
it
I
doesn't.
don't know.
Oh, that's what I just.
Right.
That's what I
That's
thought,
what
I don't know.
It's nice because it
Is that
doesn't
single
look
family?
like.
I think that's the way
It's a
it's,
single family.
Yeah, I think it's the largest single family house in the district.
Oh,
That's- yeah,
right,
that's
oh,
right.
definitely
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't look like it's huge from the street necessarily.
It just keeps going in the back.
It
though.
just-
Yeah.
yeah, it's,
It goes
which
way
is
back.
nice,
Yeah.
because when you have those houses that are kind of like, look like big barns from the front, yeah.
And it's not, I mean, like, right now I have the bath pretty much shut off, cause it's just me this time of year, so it's like. There's 3 HVAC systems, so it's like keep the one soup just enough so the pipes don't freeze, but
It's great.
yeah.
It's a lovely.
Yeah.
So.
Really is. I have to look in order. I'm like, which one is it? I know exactly where it
Yeah.
is, but I can't walk to which store.
Yes, no, I mean, luckily the owners that I, bought it from had done a good
Yes.
amount of work on it too. At one point, it was a bed and breakfast. So they converted it over to an actual single
They
family.
took all the
house.
jacuzzis out of.
They took,
bedrooms.
exactly, which,
There
the
was-
vent is still there, and that's on my list of things. to
There
call
are
different.
stories,
For jacuzzis in every bedroom.
yeah, there's stories I can tell you,
Yeah, my
but
current
not,
office
not
on the,
on the air.
yeah.
Do you want to, have everyone looked at the annual?
I saw her granny, she really.
That's the next item.
Yeah.
I did look.
Okay.
I haven't, I know a lot of you said.
Right, before I get done too.
Some, whether it was a webinar here and there, or maybe went to the conference, and if you could please remind me. I haven't had a chance to dig through everything, I was hoping you could just tell me directly. I think that was the only, one of the few sections that I could not complete.
Yeah, the last opportunity, I wasn't able to attend it, but I bought, I don't know if this counts at all. But I bought the book that was tell you.
Kind of like saying, I didn't read the book, but I saw the movie.
No, but I am reading the book.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean. Slowly, because I keep getting distracted, but yeah, I don't know if that counts. Or
I
if you
put
have that,
something along those lines in there, so if you can forward me the details on
yeah,
it,
okay,
'cause I need to submit it by Friday.
okay.
Most of the information doesn't seem to change year to year, other than maybe the number of meetings or the number of applications, like last year there was 6, this year was 4. And when I say this year, their fiscal year for the CLG report is October 1st of last year to September 30th this year. So I don't know, so
Sure.
training for you guys probably would have mainly happened in the spring.
Right, I'll
Yeah,
I'll
because you
definitely.
most
give
of you
it
went to
you.
the training that was from Tipsy area.
I went,
You went, I
I
thought,
went.
and I thought you went also. And okay.
I was going to, but
Okay.
So, if there's any webinar or something that. I list them, I don't say who does what, I
Yeah.
just kind of
so
collectively say.
I'm kind of
these
the
are some
overachiever on credits.
Have you folks done anything with Onondaga County planning with their stuff?
Yeah, I did that one.
Oh,
Greg,
yeah,
Greg and I, that was in the spring, wasn't it?
Generally,
yeah.
yeah.
That
like
was,
March or-
yeah, and I'll send that to you.
Yeah, whatever you have,
Because they have a really pretty good one.
That was really
I know that there's efforts being made to keep on top of the latest topics, and I know some of the preservation emails I sent you have links to webinars,
Yeah,
hopefully.
I
people have been
did
able to,
go to the one, but I never got
you
a
know.
acknowledgement.
And I mean,
Yeah,
it may not be that
It
kind
was
of
the
thing.
one, the fellow with the historic windows and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
It was actually
It
very,
may not be set up like.
so this is just for this past year, right?
yeah, so,
Right, from last October to this. past
right, and that
September.
was like September, I think, wasn't it? Or was it October?
Yeah.
Early October.
So, yeah, just take a look and whatever I can show that we've, that there was some new information that you guys
Mhm.
tapped into,
I learn every day.
as do I.
No.
So if anybody has any other questions or edits,
Sure.
I just wanted to know if we're going to at some point revisit the idea of expanding the historic district
Yes,
or making, annex
yeah,
districts or whatever, however we're going to do it.
I'm gonna make a suggestion to you, that you actually make sure you do your outreach in order to understand what the thoughts are by the people in that district. Because if you don't hear it, I won't. I'm gonna say that to you, because you have to be in a position where we start talking with these folks more and what advantages it can produce. That's really what it's all about.
yeah,
And if
Yeah.
there's an advantage for the community, there's an advantage for a village, the community itself and everything else, so.
We have to discuss it amongst ourselves first, don't we? To
Well, you might want to discuss it first, how you want to start proceeding on
like
this,
hone in on what the districts are exactly.
right?
We've talked about it, but we haven't like
No.
really
Like
categorized
I
it.
talked about, I think Elm Street has fabulous potential for that shit, but it's like, one of those things, others have other ideas for different shit.
Well, the document everybody should kind of look at every once in a while is the reconnaissance level survey. Because in that, it talked about several, areas, Elm Street included, that are target areas. And the problem is the number of buildings equals the amount of time it takes to properly document a proposed district. And that's where the cost for that work is gonna impact. So we'll have to make some decision points based on, how much we're able to chew.
Yeah, because at the moment, I'm gonna say we're gonna have to walk because we have some real budget concerns going on. Because of what's going on nationally, economically, so yeah.
But I think for the last, 5-10 years, we've been showing up at the Faithful First Festival. We've showed up at the Limestone thing, Earth Fest, things of that nature. We've been in front of the community. We've been championing things like the canal documentation and with the signage that's gonna be happening in the spring. I think there's a lot of positivity about historic preservation. Certainly, there's a lot of acknowledgement in the comprehensive plan. And the zoning update is, reflecting that. So I really think that next year may be the year that we put something on the table for consideration. Previous years, it didn't make sense because it was a presidential election and a lot of things that would conspire to take up people's time and attention. I think next year will be the year that we move something forward. So maybe between now and the spring, everybody take a look at the reconnaissance level survey, just flip through it, take a look at the mapping. The mapping is amazing. And it really helps you get to know the village. And then we can have a further discussion in probably January.
No, January.
Just to start off the new year and kind of make some resolutions
Okay.
for ourselves. With that, I'd like to have a motion to adjourn. Unless
Make a
there's anything
motion to
else.
adjourn.
Okay, second,
I'll second it.
second, all in favor?